So here recently, AI has been getting a lot of heat when it comes to doing things unethically in the music world. This is what I wanted to do today, is I want to show some of the positive ways that we can use AI as musicians to help speed up our discovery of a lot of different tones, techniques, and different things that we are trying to achieve. So today I'm going to be asking ChatGPT if it can help me dial in bass tone just like some of my favorite bass players. So all I'm going to be using today is this dark glass anagram pedal, multi-effects bass pedal, which is one of the first of its kind. So it's not like a guitar pedal that has bass effects. This is a bass multi-effects pedal just made for bass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask ChatGPT to see if it can help me dial in some tone just using what I can do on this bass pedal. So the first bass player's tone that I want to try to achieve is Pino Palladino. If y'all don't know who Pino Palladino is and you're a bass player, man, that'd be crazy if you're a bass player and don't know who Pino is. He is one of the most legendary R&B bass players out there. Played with people like John Mayer, The Who, D'Angelo, so many incredible musicians and artists. And he has really, really iconic tone. It's kind of like this muted kind of flat wound tone, but I don't have any basses that have like flats on it. So what I'm going to see is if ChatGPT can give me some way of achieving Pino Palladino's tone without having flat wounds. So how can I get a bass guitar tone like Pino Palladino with a Fender Precision bass with round wounds using dark glass anagram multi-effects pedal? Okay, let's see what it says.
It's possible to get Pino-ish P bass with round wounds on the dark glass anagram.
Flat wounds literally is his tone, is like flat wounds. At least it's giving me accurate, expectations is like it's gonna be Pino-ish, not exactly that. So let me grab a bass. I have a P bass. Okay. This is really like a modded Fender Squier P bass. I've got like some actual 60s pickups, P bass pickups in here. Let's see what ChatGPT says.
Start with the bass in hands. This matters most with rounds. Pickup is full up.
So I got my volume all the way up.
Tone knob rolled down to about 30 to 50%. This is the flat wound illusion control.
Okay, ChatGPT has a little bit of humor in there. And basically what it's doing is dulling out the tone to where it's not too bright sounding, especially since I have round wounds on here.
For your plucking spot, aim to pluck closer to the neck for that round, chewy attack.
Which I agree with, that's so true. Usually when I'm trying to get that kind of round tone, I go about right here. Okay, ChatGPT is doing okay so far.
For your touch, have a lighter attack than you think. Let the compression do the work.
So right now I don't have anything on my anagram right now. So because it just started the bass, so I haven't really dialed anything up. So now it's telling me what to do on the effects chain and the pedal board. Before I do that, let's just play and see just with the little notes it's given me, what it sounds like. So it says to plug closer to the neck, so I'm gonna go right here, right to the bottom. Okay, that sounds pretty good. We're getting close. Let's see what else it tells us to do. So throughout all of the parts of this video, you've probably noticed this black piece on my shirt. This is actually a new lavalier microphone from today's sponsor, SmallRig. SmallRig recently released a portable lavalier mic system for all types of creators that is small, compact, and very portable. Unlike other lavalier mics I've used, this one has a unique design that only shows a very small sliver that allows this mic to be very hidden in recording. Included with the mics are different sleeves that you can use for different color outfits to help make the mics even less noticeable on camera. This mic also has a built-in limiter that protects the mic from clipping, so you always have usable, clear audio. Now, the high fidelity audio captures at 24-bit or 48K, which makes the audio very recoverable and detailed sounding. The mics also come with a really nice metal case that holds both of the mics and receivers in one place that's so small you can put it in your pocket. And what's really cool is that this charging case actually has a runtime of 40 hours. One thing that I love about these mics as well is that they have Grammy level tuning from Luca Vignardi, which is really dope. Now, I've personally used small rig products since I've started my channel, and they have been some of the most reliable products I've owned. So if you guys are in the market for some lavalier mics that have a quality design and are super portable, definitely check out Small Rig's new wireless microphone S70. I'll have a link in the description for you guys to check it out. So now let's dial in the pedals.
For your effect chain to get that classic Pino tone, start with a compressor, then add a EQ, and end it with a cab.
Let's try this one. So it would be a compressor, which would be here. Ooh, let's do the luminal compressor.
Attack on your compressor should be 20 to 30 milliseconds to let the notes speak.
Which on here, I don't know if it's really gonna show me the milliseconds per se. So I'm probably just gonna dial in about here.
Release should be 100 to 200 milliseconds.
Somewhere like that maybe. Cool. So I think we got our compressor. Now let's try and grab that EQ.
For the EQ, aim for low mids, less glassy top.
Let's go and just hit the plus button. And let's add an EQ. What do we have here? A few different options. Let's go this one.
Low shelf should be +1 to +2 decibels.
So I'm just gonna go, it says +2 dB, which is kind of where it was.
Low mids should be +2 to +4 decibels.
So it's gonna be somewhere in this range. Let's do like somewhere in the middle, maybe like 3.5.
High mids should be -1 to -3 decibels.
Actually may go even to -3 on the 3K.
High shelf should be -2 to -6 decibels.
I'm gonna go with, let's go -6. The next pedal is a cab or IR.
For your cab, choose a 115 or a 212 style if available.
I don't actually see one on here, but I think one of these cabinets will work. Let's see, what about this guy? All right, so we have a cabinet.
For an optional pedal, you can add a subtle chorus if you want that wherever I lay my hat vibe.
Wow. You know, just because it has that on there, I think I'm gonna try it. Let's see what we're gonna do, modulation and pitch. And we're just gonna go, there's a chorus pedal right there. Now this, I gotta do a control. Now, I'm going to cut off all of the pedals and just go back to exactly with the tone all the way up and pedals all the way off. So here we go. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Was that actually pretty good for what it told me to do? I actually think if I were to change my strings to flat wounds, I'll probably achieve it a little bit more accurately and a little bit clearer. But as far as the tones go, just from a pedal like this is actually pretty cool. You can probably use your ear after you know, oh, okay, this is the kind of the vibe, these are kind of the things. And you can start playing with some of these things on your own when it comes to tone. Now, I probably could choose a better cab. I don't really know if this is the best cab for it because I don't really know all the cabs and stuff. I could probably load some more sounds and stuff from the Dark Glass software too. I'm kind of doing this like probably the anagram a little bit of a disservice with this, but I will say either way, if you have an anagram or if you have another pedal, you can actually dial this in and just type in and tell ChatGPT what pedal you have or what pedals you do have, and it can get you somewhere close. So really quick, I just have to ask you guys this one question. Have you subscribed to my channel? I have been having to ask this question because here recently, my analytics have shown that my percentage of you guys who watch my videos and are not subscribed is about at 78%. So if you guys subscribe to my channel, I'll make you this promise. Every video I do will get bigger, better, and more informative every single time. And I make that promise to you if you subscribe today. So now let's try one more bass tone. I'm gonna try to get a Thundercat vibe. Now I already know I'm gonna have to put this bass back because Thundercat definitely is not using a P bass like this for most of his sounds. How can I get bass tone like Thundercat with my active K534 bass mods with an anagram multi-effects pedal? All right, let's see what it says.
Getting a Thundercat style bass tone, that round, warm, punchy yet expressive sound, is absolutely doable with your active K534 bass and an anagram multi-effects pedal. The trick is combining clean, harmonic warmth with touch-sensitive dynamics and just the right amount of effects.
Okay, let's see what we got. So let me grab I put my 5-string down here. Didn't have a stand for it.
Order matters when trying to achieve a tone that mimics that signature Thundercat vibe. First, let's start with a compressor.
So let's add a compressor. I'm gonna do that luminal compressor again.
The threshold should be low enough to catch dynamics without pumping. Set the ratio between 3.1 to 5.1.
So the lowest it goes is 4, so I'm just gonna leave it at 4.
The attack should be medium/fast and set the release to medium.
So we're gonna go here. Release is gonna be about medium, so pretty much where it's at. Okay.
The goal is a consistent, smooth character, not squashed.
So what it means by that is that sometimes when people use compressors, which is the reason why I don't always use a compressor when I play live, it's very easy to squash it and just really destroy your tone and you don't have any dynamics at all. So that's what that means by that.
Now let's add an overdrive/tube saturation. Thundercat doesn't use heavy distortion, more like gentle tube warmth.
Okay, so what do we have? We got a vintage microtubes. Let's do the vintage microtubes. I like that one.
Tone is warm, mix is low, right around 10 to 25% wet.
So that means my blend is gonna be 10 to 25%. So let's take this down. I'm gonna do it like maybe 20 or somewhere in the middle. Okay, let's go on to EQ.
Now let's add an EQ. We'll fine tune this in a second.
All right, EQs. I'm just gonna use that other one that we used was good.
Boost the low end slightly around 80 to 120 hertz for warmth.
We'll just boost it a hair.
Scoop a bit around 300 to 500 hertz.
All right, so we'll scoop it down just a little bit. And when I mean scoop, it's just like basically turn it down a little bit.
Slight high shelf lift around 2 to 4 kilohertz for articulation.
So let's go boost the eyes and the high shelf a little bit. Now let's move on to the next thing, which is modulation.
Thundercat sometimes uses chorus or tremolo lightly for texture. Let's add one.
Let's do chorus, because I like chorus. Chorus.
As an optional pedal, you can add a little bit of reverb for ambiance.
I usually don't ever use reverb, but I think sometimes because Thundercat does a lot of like solo, things, he has a little reverb to kind of give it some space. I'll add some reverb for the video. Let's see what it does. Whoa. That's actually kind of cool if I'm playing with like solo and stuff. So, yeah, just a little bit. All right, so it shows you so much, and I feel like I got pretty close. Now, the one thing I do want to ask it, just because, like when I think of Thundercat, I think about him using, I think it's like an envelope filter. How can I get the Thundercat envelope filter sound with an dark glass anagram multi-effects pedal? Let's see what it says.
Absolutely, an envelope filter is a great addition to get that signature Thundercat sound. On the anagram, pick the envelope filter or auto-wah style effect.
Okay, I think I see one, an envelope filter right here. Let's see. I know he uses octaves a lot, but I will tell you one of the beautiful things about this anagram is their octaves sound amazing. Let's see, let's go. Which one have I been using? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Now let's do an A/B test with this Thundercat tone. I'm gonna cut off all my pedals and settings that I've dialed in. And now I'm just gonna play what it sounds like dry and then play what all the changes that ChatGPT told me to do. it perfect? No, definitely no. But I think with some of the things that it tells you and the way that it explains to you some of these principles and things about tone and things like that, it is actually extremely, extremely helpful if you are learning about tone and you're just like, oh, that's the reason why I get that little honky sound or that little low mid sound that's got that growl that I'm wanting. That's how I get that, because literally it's with all these aspects, it's teaching you about these tones. It's actually teaching you about tone itself, which is really, really, really cool. And honestly, by learning these principles, you can start to develop your own tone from this as well. So even though it's got a lot of negative things, if you use it the right way, it can really affect and speed up your workflow. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video today, please let me know in the comments below. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified when the newest videos are uploaded. So if you guys like this idea of like finding ways to use AI in an ethically good way, please let me know as well in the comments, and I'll definitely try to post more in this series. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like things about recording bass, definitely check out this video right here.